I got work to do. Hey, welcome to my little live stream. I am getting back in and getting some crafty moments in the world of Atland. Probability of demise, this little scene scenario. And I'm trying to get my act together around a couple of different things, including the articles that I still have outstanding, and just kind of digging into some other stuff. So, you know, life and what you make of it. So I am going to be poking into these different little pieces. At the same time, I am watching a new anime, which I am super excited about. Isekai sort of situation, and it is called Good Night World. I'm honestly not sure if this is going to be like super awesome or super lame, but whatever. I'm just enjoying it in the background. All right, so I will be totally out of pocket all weekend long because I'm going up to Vancouver, British Columbia for the New Year's, and then I will be entertaining a friend for all the way up until Saturday. So I might come in late Saturday night, late, but who knows if that's like for real, or if it's just my imagination real, whatever. There's somebody chatting. Seriously, I have a viewer? No, there's no viewers. I have no viewers and I have a chat. So that's just the auto pip. Okay, at any rate, I am super excited to get started into this again because I had a reach out with Jess Beck, who is the player who did Tanzanite. And so I got a little bit of information from her about what she imagines her character would do. And I am stoked to get into just where she thinks things will go. So that will be super fun. And I'm excited to just see what we can do with that world of stuff. And, you know, do that we all do. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired. All right, so let's pop over to the screen, and you can see here, this is my little map of the world. I left off pretty much where I left off. And you know what I'm seeing? Everything looks fine. Everything actually looks rock star fine, so I'm not going to stress about it. But what I want to try to do is I want to dig into the gods. So I think I got my timelines. I'm going to dig into the other components. And so this would be a world encyclopedia thing, I think. Deities and religions. Ooh, look, I'm so organized. I'm not organized. They built this for me. Somebody else did this. But I want to put Tanzanite in here. And I think in terms of the world building for her, this is going to be one of those good questions, or a question about Tanzanite as a character. Because she's this whole, you know what? I think I'm going to name the article Tanzanite, but I think I might change that at some point. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with like the subtitle for the name and do Tanzanite Goddess of the Twilight Waltz. If you're like super into world building and stuff like that, you may be really annoyed by what I'm doing here, but I'm just putting in some stuff. Myth and legend. Is she myth and she's not a myth and legend. She's a goddess. We know that she's real. Well, as real as anything is, but maybe she has to be a myth and legend because there's not really. What does that do to the template? Huh. So I don't have to get all cleany about this. What? What? I think this is really exciting because I can really just keep it simple. All right, so let's stick with. Ooh, smashed my microphone a little bit. I want to story tell this. All right, let's see. Oh wow, that's so much better. What's just all right? Now we've got volumes. Maybe too much volume, so I'm going to bring that down just a titch. Bring that down. What is going on? The other me is talking. All right, that was my recording from before. I don't really know why I had that. You know what? I wrote a whole article. You know what? I don't have to type this out because I wrote this up and now I just need to edit it because I definitely have a lot of changes. Also, I don't copy edit when I'm doing this, when I'm doing the freeform writing. So let's go ahead and be copy editors now. In the hushed quarters of twilight where light shivers on the edge of surrender, she walks. Ooh, I liked that creepiness. I wonder if that was something I read and that's why I chose that. I can't remember. Tanzanite, once mortal, now goddess of the twilight waltz, strides midst the tapestry of dusk. No longer draped in the earthly finery of sapphires and emeralds. It wasn't sapphires, of diamonds. Her ethereal form is adorned in the absence of light. Inky onyx threads form the intricate patterns of her gown, each swirling curve a brushstroke of moonlight captured on obsidian. I think deeper, not darkness, I want the deeper of, inky onyx. What's another word for dark? Or what are some fun ways to describe? I want to find, so like inky, but I want to, okay, I don't want a food-based descriptor because I feel like that's just really, really wrong. I want this to be rich though. So, okay, inky onyx threads form the intricate patterns of her gown, each swirling curve a brushstroke of I need better synonyms. don't want morose, dismal, blah, blah. Those are dumb. I want pretty words because this is what does tenebrous mean? No, 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 no. I don't want it to be something that's an emotional negative. I want it to be an emotional positive. Curve of brushstroke of. Oh, what's another word for darker? Ooh, I know. No, I don't want to get too. I don't know if that's a real world umbral hue. Okay, so let's see. Inky onyx threads form the intricate patterns of her gown, each swirling curve a brushstroke of an umbral hue captured on obsidian. Like, she's dark, 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 dark in her clothes. Diamond dust, instead of catching the sun, clings to her like glittering shadows, each facet a prism reflecting the deepest night. I wrote really cool stuff a while ago. Her crown, forged from the silence between breaths, is woven from the wings of a million moths. Oh, and I miswrote this because I needed to. Each delicate, iridescent wing whispers secrets of the beyond. Their shimmering their surface is capturing the stardust lost in forgotten dreams. Her eyes, deep wells of fathomless, and that's like the forgotten dreams is a little allude to, or what word am I trying to think of for that? But it relates to her. She's got do 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 doodly doo doo doodly doo. I'm going to doodly doo 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 doo. Meh. I think I'm only going to do this for another hour. What is the character's name? I'm not remembering the name. This is why you have notes, Rourke. Personas, strategies. This is not. Okay, that's actually goes to the garbage. Oh, I'm going to keep that. That's a ways to make my life happier. Transformations. Travel. That's not helpful. Where is the names? We had Ni, Veritar, Deneth, the Proprietus, Lish Lord. What was his name? Oh my god, I forgot the Dream Walker's name. And the whole purpose of this line is to reference that visionary Nope. Nope. So I don't remember what I was thinking of, but I want to reference what's his name, but he ends up having a new name as a god. So anyways, he becomes the god of dreams. He was the god of nightmares, or was a being of nightmares, and decided that he wanted to embrace the whole pantheon of dreams, and has become the dream keeper. So Stardust Lost and Forgotten Dreams is this idea that they still have a relationship, that they're connected still. At any rate, her eyes, deep wells of fathomless night, hold the wisdom of the thousand extinguished stars, their gaze a gentle caress before the final slumber. And I like the idea that she gets to know her shadows, and then she also gets to know the dead in a way that brings her more wisdom, especially as her original character was a wisdom-based character. I just like that kind of lives in this storytelling. But beneath the moonlit grace, the shadow-born queen holds an immense power. Her every step is a hush that falls upon the world, a sigh that extinguishes dying flames. Her voice, a melody spun from wind chimes in a deserted temple, chills the marrow and soothes the soul. It's that like walking on someone's grave sort of thing that I was trying to get at here. Like the whole idea of like you get the shivers, but it's also kind of like calming. For Tanzanite commands the twilight, a realm where life meets its end and beginnings stir in the womb of darkness. And this is referring to the fact that the shadow realm is actually Tanzanite's domain. And as far as like the multiple plane idea of spaces where the gods can exist, that's her space, and she spends a lot of time there. And actually, she may even have gotten to the point where she no longer returns to the world, because in her space, it is the most comforting. At any rate, all that is a lot of extra talk to say where I view this character having become a goddess going. Her emissaries are not hawks bearing pronouncements or ravens croaking omens. And that was where I was going to go with this, but Jess shared that she didn't think that that's her situation. No, Tanzanite whispers her will on the silken wings of moths. So that's where that whole motif with the crown comes from. Drawn by the flicker of mortal breaths, these envoys of twilight flit through shadowed corners, alight on trembling lips, and brush against tear-stained cheeks. In their silent dance, they carry messages of comfort and acceptance, promises of gentle release, and whispered goodbyes. That is probably a run-on sentence, but I think that's okay. I don't need to say this part. This was me being ridiculous. Tanzanite is not a harbinger of dread, but a shepherd of souls. She guides the lost lanterns of life through the moonlit labyrinth. That's not what I meant to write. The moonlit labyrinth. Did I mess? She guides the lost lanterns of life through the shadowed labyrinth. Her touch a cool balm on fevered brows. In the hush of her wake, fear surrenders to peace, and the weary find solace in the embrace of the endless night. So if you see a moth fluttering at your window, a whisper of moonlit silk against the pane, listen closely, for it might just be Tanzanite, the goddess of the twilight waltz, calling you home. I think this works. This is not a draft. I do not want to make drafty things. Yeah, so that's my first goddess. Going to be building a whole bunch of those. And I am not sure. I don't want to build the pantheon beyond what I already know exists. So if we take that idea of only building what currently exists so that our players can introduce gods that are appealing to them, I think that's the better choice. So like when I'm doing world building as a DM, I'm always thinking what gives the players the most agency that I can possibly give them. Not that I'm gifting agency to them, but I'm trying to make sure that they have the opportunity to really think about what their character will want to do. And by not filling out the whole pantheon, I leave room for their ideas. So if somebody decides to play a cleric and they want to create a god, I can do that with them. And if they want to use a god that already exists from D&D canon, I will probably work with them to help them choose appropriately. So one of the ones we had was the proprietor. No, the proprietress wasn't one of the. What was one of the goddesses that? Oh no, I think she died. The keeper? No, Amanya and Trickle died. Yeah, Amanya and Trickle died. The keeper survived. So we'll do the keeper. And this is legend and myth. So I want this to be another storytelling beat, just for the clarity of the story that I'm creating. Okay, so I think as a counterpoint, the keeper doesn't do the whole shadowy thing, or also doesn't do the grand palaces. She's more of like the nature-ish, so she'll have a component that's nature-based, but she's like kind of tucked under. She spins the threads of fate, but she's also kind of like a goofball. And I think that she's going to become carefree as a reaction to the death of some of her colleagues. So let's start with the idea of explaining what she's not and see if that gets me going. The keeper doesn't dwell in grand palaces, although shadowy temples. This will be like a total poke at Tanzanite. She prefers sun dappled meadows, hidden. I don't know that this makes sense logically, but oh, and this would be a great goddess to have as the Sylvan Heights preferred goddess. They're perched on a mossy boulder. She spins the threads of fate. Not with a grand loom, but with a mischievous grin and a basket brimming with dandelion fluff. I think this gets into her adopting Amanya, the nature goddesses stuff, and Trickle, the Trickster goddess. Yeah, I like this idea that this is somebody who holds dominion across a couple of things. She is no stern overseer, no cold arbiter of destiny. And I think this is in juxtaposition to the other pantheons that didn't make it so much. So she is the keeper is a whirlwind of laughter and wind blown hair. Her eyes, the blue, the hues of summer skies, and her smile as warm as sunshine on bare feet. Because I want her eyes to be creepier than just a color. Got a breakdown. She's looking a little bit too fancy. Dressed in a patch. Patch work. Doodly 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 doo doo. Dressed in a patchwork. Dressed in patchwork. I think I need to give myself more freedom in my sentence writing. Dressed in patchwork quilts, sewn from discarded wishes and for. Ooh, this brings that alliance back. Forgotten dreams. I wonder if what's his face, the dreamer, is what holds everybody together and it's just like not acknowledged. Okay, forgotten dreams. She carries the yikes. Carries the air of a seasoned traveler. Let's see if I keep that part. I like the idea of her having 4 domains and becoming like a major pantheon. I mean, if I already have her and I don't get a lot of religious building with my players, I can kind of have her kind of be a prime deity-ish, deific-ish. She wields, to that end I can say that she is so I wanted to distance myself from the weaving storytelling because I'm the spin the threads of fate. I like that she's just like a crafter. She's a crafty crafter. And the idea is that she just is crafting the future. A chance encounter on a street, because we're doing the city. A whispered word heard through an open window. Kicked down a hidden path. These are her tools. Nudges. Nudges. in the right direction. Gentle whispers in the wind. In the wind. Okay, am I getting too floral? I want to make it clear the keeper does not force fates. She believes in the beauty of choice, in the thrill of the unknown. Her role is to safeguard the crucial crossroad. I love a little alliteration too much. Turning points where lives can pivot on a copper. In the United States, that would be pivoting on a dime, but I want to play this game up a little bit of just like, what does it mean? I want alliterations and lore that fit the world. She sits perched at these junctions, arms open wide, welcoming all who stumble upon them. Do. If you find yourself facing a daunting decision, a tangled mess of possibilities, simply follow the trail of dandelion fluff. It will lead you to the keeper, where under rustling leaves she will listen with open ears and a twinkling heart. Is it twinkling ears and open heart? I don't know that I wrote that well, but we're going to try it for that. That's just going to sit there. And when you get to her, what will she do? She's me, basically. She'll spin stories of the paths untrodden, paint glimpses of futures unseen, and remind you that the truest magic lies not in knowing your fate, but in the courage to choose it. Dun, dun, dun! Okay, so I can grab my original. Okay, let's see if that original writing. Next time you feel lost in the whirlwind of possibilities, remember, the keeper is just a wish on the wind away, ready to share a cup of laughter, a sprinkle of starlight, and the courage to embrace the dance of your own destiny. I'm getting dancy here, which is probably not what I intend to do. But let's go ahead and go back to my deities and religion. I wanted to edit this one just a bit. Your gods. Keeper. I don't know. Do I want to keep going on? Oh no, I made a whole bunch of notes on these. I want to work on these. Okay, I'm going to take a break from gods and goddesses and finish up these articles. So first off, we have the ether weaveries. And I just need to put, hopefully I can just do this quickly, is put content into each of these. I think I can. Okay, so let me think through. Storytelling of this is going to be the glimmer and gloom of the ether weaveries. Away from the clamor of the crag and the neon haze of the skyway strip, bathed in the ethereal glow of captured magic, lie the ether weaveries. I think that this is going to work. Okay, so what I want to do is first we have the glimmer and gloom of the ether weaveries. From the clamor, the crag, and the party haze of the skyway strip, bathed the ethereal glow of magical pollution. By the ether weaveries. Ether grown crops, extracted minerals, workers whose blood shimmers beneath pale skin as the air they breathe Dun dun. I want it to be creepy and scary. And then I want to have some like people here. So I want to have a couple, I think 2 people to start. Alara is a good name. Prism dancer, because I talked about the prisons. Okay, so she is weaver of illusions and enchanter of fabrics. Her greatest invention is the spectacles, which peer into the fabric of reality. That way I can have her. Okay, that's a cool character. Okay. And then I want okay, I want this person to be using enchanted chisels. Aeson sculpts the future through crafting resonating conduits and imbuing them with the power to channel magic into such things as levitation, platforms, homes, and self-repairing tools. I like this idea. Enchanted. I can't spell. The shadow. Like I remember Noir of magic. So what's the downside to this space? The constant manipulation of the ethereal has stained the city. Whenever the toxic fumes from this neighborhood blow west, the vibrant redwoods of Sylvan Heights cough, and wheeze. People and plants wither beneath the toxic residue of magical pollution. Those toxins that sink below the surface create mutated creatures which lurk in the fetid waters and passages of the Undercity. Arcane runoff seeping to the sea does untold damage to the creatures beneath the waves. Dun dun dun. Which lurk? Fetid waters. I like that. Oh, you know what? I had a little story beat that might relate to this. I can just copy this over. So headaches plague the Cragside crowds, their dreams haunted by spectral echoes of magic misused. The air itself crackles with unsettling energy, sparking unpredictable bursts of magical phenomena that leave buildings charred and citizens injured. Plague the citizenry. Plague this. I just want the whole city to get messed with by this. That's cool. I think there's also just like really bad labor conditions. I'm going to paste what I had written on another page here and then reread this. I want sleep is a stolen luxury. Cramped dormitories on site are the preferred accommodations of the owner's factory. I want this to seem really, really bad. So safety. Fleeting promise, ever threatened by exploding crystals, faulty enchantments, and volatile energies unleashed by... I think... And then this is a really good... I like this. This is fun. I like this. This is cool. It's no longer a draft, it's published. Oh, now the smokestacks. I like that I just can click that, but I need to think about the smokestacks. The smokestacks are... Ooh. I think I had something written. I think I got excited about the whole dwarf thing, and I want to get rid of the dwarf thing in this one, but otherwise this is working. Where engineers, so quick beards and small folk with nimble fingers, stained black by alchemy, commingle, sweat and spark. I need to probably update that in other places too. But I want to have NPCs. NPCs. So I want to have Bowden, Iron Fist. This feels like a very dwarfy name. is the work of forging enchanted engines for propelling skyfaring vessels and levitating cities. I don't really know how to describe, but I don't need to. Anya. I can describe them later. And when I do describe them, I need to add more things. Oh, I should link these to anybody I should put in here. Is there a way to like link names to other articles? That would be really cool. Anya, she's an alchemist. I think I just paste what I had and I'll figure it out later. I think I might be getting tired. That's why I'm not. But if I go in here and edit this, can I do? Yeah. Oh, I never did this. This is an industrial space. So, oh, and that means I have to go back and do the other article, the ether weaveries, because this did not get. Can I just type magic and see what shows up? I think we'll just stick with the complex situation. You know what? I've been up late enough. I have to go do things tomorrow. An hour-long session feels like a good, solid writing session for me right now. So we'll just go ahead and close things off here. Well, thank you for joining me. I clearly have lost my thread. I need to go in and describe these other neighborhoods and describe the beings and characters who live there. And I think I'll have to go back and do the Sylvan Heights again, because I really didn't do that one. But I need to go through all these neighborhoods. All these neighborhoods and come up with the people and other things like that. That'll really help me flesh them out. And then I can go back and see if I can get into the gods again. I need to remember what his name was. The god of dreams. That's the only other god that I think that's still like locked down. The proprietress, I think, think she's gone. I think she was going to be an archfey, but I think I'm going to let her go as a character. Veritar, I think. What does Veritar get up to? I don't know. At any rate, thank you for joining me. That nobody's here, but somebody in the future might be here. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great experience. And if you're doing some world building, reach out, connect, because I think it's super fun. We can talk and poke at things and just enjoy. Take our time.